messages about yesterday's episode, Pink Floyd's The Wall. They won't get as many views as when I bitch, but people seem to really enjoy when I just talk about things that are interesting. And I like when people enjoy things. I got this Trash McCann commented on this, and I just thought this is so interesting. I want to just read his comment. Number one for 11 weeks from November 1979. All the stoners played The Wall, Bob Marley, Men at Work, The Clash, The Jam, etc. in Glasgow. This is a Scottish guy, by the way. I just love how he writes. It's so honest. He paints a picture of Glasgow back then. All right, very political band from East End of Glasgow called Scheme, as this is how we refer to our ghetto housing project, Schemes. I was a young kid, but was myself brought up by a violent drug culture of the Clydeside shipyards. That's why it's like that lyric I said, if it wasn't for the Nips being so good at building ships, the yards would still be open on the Clyde. That's the Clyde. Everything's coming together. I could hear the riveters all night long and was woken up every morning by the big horn, which indicated that the work had begun. 10,000 men in boiler suits like a swarm, all marching to the shipyards, and all the kids, women, and old people know to stay off the streets. The industrial nature of my upbringing in this poor, ghettoized, low-wage, big industry culture of hard-drinking west of Scotland men and women was both intently frightening and yet comforting in the way of our community spirit, which is long gone now. This was so powerful to me. The work is gone, but the drink and drugs remain. Whew, that's a gut punch. The school system in this era in Britain was draconian. The teachers were allowed to assault children from the age of 3 to 16 until it was outlawed in 1980. It was effing evil. I tweeted this line because of this dude's comment. I just thought this line was perfect. I've seen terrible things in my life and much greatness too. Isn't that just beautiful? I've seen terrible things in my life and much greatness too. Just awesome. I now realize it was given to me much to glean. I don't know what this means. All right, the Glasgow comedian Billy Connolly, by the way, one of my favorite comedians in the world, attended my school decades before me and worked in the shipyards too. Google Govan and the Clydeside in the 70s. Haven't Googled that, but whatever. All the bank robbers were your dad or your uncle next door. All the bank robbers were your dad or your uncle next door neighbor. That's hysterical. Very romantic Robin Hood shit. And yeah, murders, child abuse, and all the old war vets with no legs and drunk with PTSD, and they didn't speak of it. God, it was surreal to think of it now. The wall takes me back there. There still stands the 50-foot brick wall that separates the tenement houses from the shipyard, which is no more than 20 feet away. The gigantic cranes that loomed like midnight dinosaurs have been taken down, and as I watch it go, I cried inside. Owen, you did a great job. Man, I messed up. What does it say? Owen, you did a great job on this video. Props, man. I mean, listen to the end there. The wall takes me back. There still stands the 50-foot brick wall. That's 5 stories. That's huge. That separates the tenement houses from the shipyard, which is no more than 20 feet away. The gigantic cranes that loomed like midnight dinosaurs have been taken down. As I watched it go, I cried inside. Oh, and you did a great job. I wanted to just share that, because I try to read all the comments, or as many as I can. And obviously some are hysterical. I try to respond to them, but that one was just so poetic that I wanted to share it because I got some really good messages from my Pink Floyd's The Wall I did yesterday.